Welcome to Colonize the Ocean podcast, where we discuss oceanic colonization, exploration, and education with your hosts Adam Jewell and Brendan Traxler.
Welcome, everybody. It is I, Brendan, your host for this evening. I wanted to have Babe on here. Personal reasons he can't be here, but we will definitely get his involvement on this conversation in the future. Hey, Brady, how's it going, man? Thanks for hopping in here and joining us. I'm going to try to break down my Jules experience. I got a slideshow. We got pictures. I'm going to answer questions. So it's going to be fun. So if you have any questions, make sure you throw them out there. I'll try to answer everything except for taking the experience from you, because I still think if this is of interest to you, you need to go to Jules. I can't express how much I think it's an underpriced value for what's going on there. So I'm just going to hop straight into it in our slideshow here, so I can start talking about that. So we're going to go straight to the thing. Make sure you bring a dive buddy. The first time I went a year ago, which I didn't get to stay, most of you know I had a medical issue that I didn't get to stay, but I didn't get this experience. Hey, Marty, thank you, man. So with a buddy, we were able to swim around when we first went down there. Thane was down there, took video of us swimming around outside, getting to experience it. So that's Babe and me outside. Very cool. I think the coolest part is that you can dive as much as you want. So we did 2 dives. We did a afternoon and an evening dive. And I think if it was up to Babe, we would have dove a couple more times. There's plenty of tanks down there, so you can, swap those out and keep on going back. But yeah, very cool. So we'll move on inside the habitat. I think most people know, we got the moon pool here. You get up there, you take your gear off, you get out. As you can see, there's that black panel there on the left-hand side. That's actually one of the doors. There's 3 doors like that, and that's a door into one of the bedrooms, which we'll get to later. There's 2 doors to bedrooms and then 1 door to like a kitchen, living room area. The next, if you turn directly around where the camera is out, you got the bathroom. It's glorious, but you got to have it. It's on one side, and the showers on the other side. They're pretty self-explanatory. You hop in there when you get out, get the salt water rinsed off you, all that good stuff. And then you move. If you're standing looking at the moon pool to the left, is where one of those doors was. There's these bedrooms, and there's 4 bunks. They're nice hard beds. I like a hard bed. There's air conditioning in there. There's fans, everything you need. Plus, there's big windows at both sides. I slept really good. It may have just been because I got so much diving in. I was exhausted. I don't know. But yeah. Yeah. And there's a door between the 2. You can't really see it, but you can slide it off so that you can block it off to keep each other compartmentalized. Then on the other side is the kitchen area and the living room area. That's probably what most people have seen in the pictures and stuff. There's fridge, microwave, coffee, drinks, snacks, TVs, movies. You can stream to your TV. So you pretty much can do anything you want because there's internet down there. You can even sleep a couple more people, probably even 3 people, honestly, on the benches right there. Yeah. So once again, really cool. Let's see. There's a look at one of the doorways from the inside. So they're at like an angle. So there's a bar above there, so you can kind of like swing down through it kind of. It's the moon pool sits below the 2 cylinder areas and stuff along those lines. I'll show you how the quality was here in 1 second. I got some pictures of stuff outside. We got there early in the morning because we got there around 10 a.m. I think it was. So we got in pretty early. No divers had been out, I don't think, or very few. So the water hadn't been stirred up that much. And it's pretty clear. I think, I don't know, 10, maybe more, as far as the clarity, as far as feet underwater you could see. And like I said, I'll get to that picture here in a second. Anyway, you got to keep those doors closed. They just slide because the moon pool area is so humid. They don't want to try to air condition all that because it's a waste of electricity. So anyway, you can just slide those open and shut to go in and out. There you go. There's one of the views outside. Doesn't really give you a justice of how far it is, but we do have some videos that I'm working on a video right now that I'll be able to show you a little bit more of how far you can see outside because we mounted some cameras inside and went out diving so we could see. So they'll be coming hopefully the next couple of weeks as I get those finished. So I'll definitely announce those. Yeah, there's 3 of these windows. They are, I got the measurements here. They're actually 40 inches tall. So they're pretty good sized windows. And there's one in each bedroom and then one in the living room area. There's jellyfish outside. There's actually a couple different species of jellyfish there. There's the different fish, lobsters, seahorses, and then obviously sometimes there's manatees. Oh, sorry, Freddie, I misread your thing there. So the air quality is great. When you first get in there, you definitely notice it's different. But within a couple hours, I couldn't tell. It was just like it just was fine. Like I said, I slept great. But there is especially in the moon pool area, because it's all very humid and you got all that moisture and everything going in there. But once you get into the other ones, it wasn't bad. It could easily stay down there for multiple days and not have it. I mean, obviously people have, but yeah, totally cool. I mean, you could maybe put an air freshener down there if you wanted to, but I said there wasn't any bad smells or funky smells or anything like that. And then here's some remnants of the old, where they had some old, the old hatches that for La Chalupa days, which obviously you couldn't open up anymore, nor would you want to. But then they had, so that was one of the things. Then they had a plaque over by the window, which was a Guinness World Record for a certificate for the longest stay in a fixed underwater habitat, which is 73 days, 2 hours and 34 minutes back in 2014. That just tells me that's a challenge that needs to be beat. I mean, especially since it's been 8 years now. But yeah, 73 days is a long time to be staying underwater. One of those things. And the next picture is, I think, what everybody always asks about is, how was the pizza? It's good. It was really good, actually. Pop Adam in here. Sam's here. Yeah, Glenn. Babe and I were talking. One of the things we'd love to go back. Well, I don't know him. I'm sure he would too, but definitely for a longer duration. I could definitely see maybe doing, a week down there, because I say 1-2 days just isn't enough to really do much, just because it goes by so fast. And especially if you got a purpose or a goal intended in the whole thing, it's going to blow past really fast. The 2 things I'll say about the thing is, like I said, not enough time and underpriced. Yeah, it's in a lagoon. It maybe not have the best visibility, but there's not an experience like that you can do anywhere in the world. So I would definitely encourage anybody that can to do it, to go and do that. So yeah, any questions about it? We'll go over. We did get some measurements down there. I thought it was interesting. We did measurements of both of the different pods, I guess, in the moon pool, and that they're about the size of a 20-foot shipping container, each of the 2 things, and then the moon pool. So it was 7.5 foot wide, like side to side, and from the floor to the ceiling was 6.5 foot. So if you're really tall, you might have an issue there. There are several things you could bump your head on, especially the moon pool. The moon pool is like 5 foot, maybe 5.5. So you I was having to bend over when you got all that, but there's an area you can stand by the bathrooms and stand up. And it's 18 foot long. So yeah, it's and you got 2 of those. So it's a pretty spacious little habitat there. But yeah, let's go. Adam, thanks for joining us.
Sorry, I totally wasn't paying attention at the time, and I got the notification that we were live, and I was out in my garage, so I came running in. I'm sorry. Just doing a recap, I see.
Yeah, I was going to have Babe in here, like I said at the beginning, but he's unable to join us tonight. But I'm definitely going to have him come back, and we're going to do something with him. I said, we're working on a video. We got some other videos coming down the lines as well. But I wanted to get this one out here while it was fresh, and we're just getting back a little over a week ago. So
yeah, he's got some GoPro footage and stuff, right?
Yeah, he sent me a bunch of that, so I've got all that. I'm working on a video with it. I'm sending him what video I have too. So there's lots of video out there, lots of editing we need to do, but yeah.
Yeah, he put one on his personal Facebook today. Obviously, that's not beneficial to anybody watching right now, but
Yeah.
Was that of him diving or was it him recording you?
Or
did you have a GoPro on you?
I had one of his at one point in time.
I'm wondering if that's what, because like it seemed like it was him diving.
It probably was.
In the
Yeah.
video.
Yeah, it was because we record a lot of him because usually he's the one recording, so I figured I'd just get him because I don't care. But yeah, we during that dive we got to see several different jellyfish. One of them had almost like bioluminescence in it, which is really cool. So it was very much like the abyss, pretty much, where it had like the little light streaming along it. And we tried to get some at night, but they didn't really light it that well. But we did get some at night. I didn't see any seahorse this time, and the manatees didn't make a visit, but we did see everything else, several different species of fish, jellyfish. When in the morning, one of the fish had jumped up through the moon pool and was flopping around on the floor, and Babe had to throw it back in the water. I guess that happens often.
I wonder how often like he comes in there and there's like just a fish like just laying there dead.
He said it's happened before. So, yeah.
Well, I had asked when we did our live stream if you figure any of the lobsters or anything find their way inside there and just like you just pop up in there and boom.
Yeah. Hey, Glenn wants to know when you're going to go.
It's a good question. I don't know. I'll put it this way. I'm hoping my first experience in an underwater habitat is one of ours. But
I agree.
But based on I did like how Thane said like anybody can do it. So I feel like that does mean me. So as long as you can counter my buoyancy.
Hey Glenn, maybe you should go with Adam.
Yeah, we'll do the second round, Glenn.
We'll throw out the link.
I'm a cuddler.
I think that most people know Jules, but just in case, here's a link to Jules. You can go on there. You can check their prices. You can contact them. They're really cool people there.
Yeah, very. Not that I was there, but just from our work with Thane and like some of the conversations you were having with me before you went, that they're a very hospitable group. And if you follow them on Facebook, they're always welcoming their guests and talking about all the cool, groups that they have coming in. And, Thane even hinted at that there would be like some sort of YouTubers and stuff there.
Actually, they just finished up. If you've been watching, they were just there and
do we know who it
left?
Is?
No.
We should have got some sneak previews.
So, hey, there's Babe. Yes, Babe saying Glenn and Adam for sure. So even though you're not here, Babe, do you want to throw in any comments about the experience? Anything I may have missed or stuff just for people to think about? I know. Also, if you're watching on LinkedIn, I know that the comments and stuff don't work necessarily, so I apologize for that. I'm trying to work on. I think it's just the limitation of this software, so I'm trying to figure out how to work around that. So if you are,
always hop over to YouTube and
if you're already there, appreciate you guys tuning in, trying that out here.
Do we have people watching from LinkedIn right now?
Yeah, we did.
Not at the moment we don't, but yeah, that's a new platform that we've been messing with.
Anyway, so yeah, basically that's all I got going today. I just want to hop in here. I want to talk to you guys and share the experience because I actually got to go. And check this out. I will show off the proof that I am an Aquanaut because I've got my little certificate right here that says
I am. You haven't even framed it yet?
No, I gotta find a frame.
Yeah, you gotta. You can just run down to like a dollar store and they have those.
So I need to change my title now to Aquanaut on all my social media stuff.
Is that kind of like Lord? Like, can you just put Aquanaut Brennan Traxler on all your mail?
I can.
Like going forward.
But yeah, it's very cool. It was a good time, good conversation with Thane, and Teresa, everybody there. So
now Teresa's the one that. What is her role there?
Oh, she's like necessarily like office manager or what, but when you call, she's usually there's two different women there. Teresa and I don't remember the other girl's name. I apologize. But yeah, you use Teresa who you deal with that does all the booking and all that kind of stuff. So
oh no, great staff there.
Yeah. Sounds good, babe. Like I say, we'll try to get you on some other time so we can talk about it. I mean, we will get you on, it's not an issue, but talk about what's going
on. Completely irrelevant, but for the live stream, you see me moving a lot of stuff around. You probably see my camera shaking. I'm trying to get like my desk and everything cleaned off. Is what I'm going to do is set up an aquarium down here, and is what we'll do with some of these days when we're live streaming. I'll get a little camera that we'll put on the aquarium, and we can have a fish cam sometimes. Just throwing it out there.
Okay.
You're like, I don't care.
Anyway, if nobody's got any questions or anything going on here, we won't keep this one long. And there are several people in here, so I'm sure there's questions. Or maybe they were interested in Undersea Colony, what we talked about on our Patreon live stream this past Saturday too. Well, you gotta be a Patreon member for that. No, but it wasn't really much. Hopefully, we're going to have some stuff we can start talking about in June or July. We did recently get our video back, like an explainer video type of thing, really showing off, Undersea Colony more in depth, which we'll be definitely pushing that out here pretty soon. And we're using
Beautiful.
that to, yeah, absolutely. Using that to drum up, hopefully some more interest and stuff in there too.
Yeah, like I think I've said it on here before. The goal with that, or one of the many goals, is to use it as like an advertisement tool for contacting investors and all that, because obviously it's so much easier to be able to even like if you have a video explaining everything it is and like giving a more in-depth view. Obviously we have some great pictures of everything we've all the concepts that the same designer's done, but I mean the video is just like the icing on the cake with it. So I mean we're really excited about getting that and be able to start working that out. And yeah, we're at the end of May for the most part. So I mean June's gonna be a big push, I think, for doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
If you would agree, old friend.
Yep.
Old timer.
What's Glenn got to say here? Keep up the talks and shows. You're instilling interest and curiosity about our water planet. Thank you. Thank you, Glenn. We try. I recently listened to talking about interest and stuff like that. One thing that's really been inspiring is listen to Fabian Cousteau talk about his Proteus project, because it is in the same vein, and that where they're at with that. He recently did a podcast talking about that, and if Babe doesn't do it, I'm going to do it. We're going to do a video talking about Proteus. So, yeah. Let's see. Marty's got, when I dive, I love it. My pulse slows down, my body relaxes, and I'm at total relaxed mode. Yeah, absolutely. And honestly, that could have been a lot of the reasons why I slept so well down there too, is because, it is. There's just something about being in the water, under the water. I've explained it before that when I dive, it's like most peaceful thing. Even though I hadn't dove for quite a while, I was definitely out of shape, but more just out of knack and type of thing. So, yeah.
And you've even said it on here before that it's funny because you said the ocean itself is a terrifying concept in ways you like it. It's kind of a, when you think about the vastness and all that, like the ocean's a pretty scary thing, but being able to go swimming and being amongst it, you said, is like you said, some of the most relaxed you've ever been.
Yeah. Actually, especially for me, like the ocean is terrifying, which people find it funny. I don't like to eat seafood. I'm terrified of the ocean, but really it's the waves. So it's like when I talk to like seasitters, it's like that. I'm like, that's cool. You guys do that, but I do not want to be above the waves because the waves are terrifying to me. And it's probably because I almost drowned in a riptide back when I was a teenager. That could have a lot to do with it. But either way, there's just something about waves that's terrifying to me. But as soon as I get under the water, it's a completely different ball game, and I'm completely at peace. And I just love it. Yeah. A little personal info about me.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like entire like Reddit threads and like Facebook groups about like what is it, like submechanophobia and thalassophobia, something like that, where it's like something about something to do with like the vastness and the open space of the ocean is like a fear of some people, and like so they post a lot of pictures that shows like just like everybody's seen that one picture of like a scuba diver like that's this big on like a big old picture of this, and they're just like a tiny fraction of that open water. So I get it, but I don't know. I've never done it before. So God, I've only stepped in the ocean probably a few times in my life. Yeah, like I was a little kid when I stepped in the Pacific, and God, it was probably like 6 years ago I stepped foot in the Atlantic, and that was on a work trip in Myrtle Beach. But that was really about it.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we got a video coming up on Jules. We got a video coming up on. We're actually two. We're going to do a live stream on it. Also, we're going to make a special video for it about underwater data centers. That's coming down the pipe pretty soon, and then we'll also have one on Proteus. So those all the videos are coming down the pipe here in the upcoming weeks and months. What's Marty got to say? My dough for a living, I would wish my tender would drop down full tank so I couldn't ascend for a while longer.
Huh? Like your chicken tender?
Oh. Okay. Yeah, so I'll tell you how bad out diving I am. I had one tank, and we dove down. We went around the habitat, and we went in. So I don't know, maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10. Then we did another dive that was like a half hour or so. Then another 15-minute dive, and I was sitting on 800 PSI on my tank at that point in time. So I'd burned through almost all my tank at that point in time. And then I just had my quick couple-minute dive up to the surface. So yeah, I burnt through a whole tank in just those less than an hour probably of diving. So
what you're saying is you need to like try to. I think you need to like, even if you don't go to Jules or whatever, maybe that the place where you got certified, maybe you need to make more trips there. And
so here's the problem. Babe and me talked about it. The problem was that I didn't have my own gear, so I'm running gear. So weights and all that kind of stuff were a little off. So it took me a while to get each time I get in the water to get my buoyancy where I needed to be. So it's one of those things where if you've got gear, make sure you're bringing your gear so you know your weighting, how to get your buoyant and all that kind of stuff. Because I fought that for a while, which burned through a lot of oxygen. Glenn says, I've been in the vast ocean at 60 feet and it's scary, but somehow calming, and maybe overcoming a fear makes it better. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Either way, I know I want to do it. Yeah. My goal is to swim with sea turtles and a manatee. Because I think the manatee would be like, hey, it's one of us. Like, and I could just like hang, like I could get really close to him because it's like, get over here, buddy.
Well, they usually come up to people and stuff anyways. From what I heard, they're pretty friendly. as an ND, you have tenders to side to make sure your air was speeding up, and you have had hot water piping down. Oh, okay. Keep you warm. Yeah.
Water temperature was good when you were there?
Yeah. I said I had my shorts and t-shirt on. It was the night dive was a little cold. Probably could have used the wetsuit, but once I got in the water, which, whew, man, getting in that water at night was cold, but once I got under, I was fine. If anybody's concerned, I was freezing in Jules at night. Finally, the air, it seemed like it kicked off around 9 or so. It was right after, I think it was right before we did the live stream. Man, I was sitting there, I was like, man, I should have brought I should get a blanket or something because I was cold.
Yeah, and you're one that enjoys it being a little bit, like, you sleep with like fans on and stuff, don't you?
I think I'm fans, but I don't like being cold.
Oh, see, I prefer it, so I probably would have loved it. No. I'm one of those people that when you go to a hotel room, you crank the AC all the way down and stuff.
Florida just before spring break would be the time to do it. Yeah, I mean, I know if anybody follows Jules, they're actually working with Ocean First, which is one of the dive stores in America, or dive shops in America, and they're actually putting a presence there in the area right there with Jules. So I think that's going to bring a lot more business to Jules. So getting booked up maybe is something you have to do further out and stuff like that. I don't know. Hopefully it is, because. Yeah, like I said, it's underpriced. Definitely an experience you need to do. Do it while Thane is there. He's a really cool guy. Really appreciate getting to talk to him. So
we've seen that, Marty.
Anyway.
Yeah.
We can run
through the stuff.
I mean, might as well. Is there anything they can fill in while we're running through the stuff here?
So Discord, you put the link up there. Will you throw it up there quick?
Oh, yeah.
While I'm doing that. Discord, join our ever-growing community. We do a lot of discussing of all things oceanic habitats and a few other things in there too. You know, ocean tech and renewable energy, stuff like that. Yeah, we have a nice little community growing in there, so check it out. AtlanticSeaColony.com, that's where you can find links to a bunch of different stuff. You can get access to a resource page, which Brendan said last time has been updated. New podcasts and stuff you said are on there, and new books recommendations.
Not new podcasts. We've got live cameras, the underwater.
Okay, yep.
Like that.
And all of our social media is Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. And if you are watching from YouTube, not to sound like a typical YouTuber, but hit that like and subscribe, just because that does help us with algorithms and all that. So any little bit helps there, guys. Even if you're not watching from YouTube, go over to YouTube, subscribe to it. Who cares? It'll take you 1 minute or less. Anyways, and also from our website, you can get over to AtlanticSeaColony.com merch. I was just thinking today I need to order some new merch because my hat is in rough shape, so I need to get a new hat.
Yeah, I need to get some new shirts. And somebody, I think it's probably Babe, just bought some new stuff off there this last week.
Attaboy. So yeah, check out all the cool stuff. Next time we do one of these, I'll run through and show some of our inventory. So ways you can help. You can find ways to help right on AtlanticSeaColony.com. Or if you want to make a one-time donation, you can do the www.paypal.me/AtlanticSeaColony. That always helps. So if you want to donate $32.87, that's how you do it. Or if you want to give us a little monthly love, you can do that through patreon.com/AtlanticSeaColony. We have the different tiers that you can go in at. And then we do Patreon exclusive live streams where, we'll kind of break any news or updates or anything like that there first. And be, it's more personal too. Like we get more one-on-one with people, be able to discuss more on there. So also the higher tiers will give you, or all tiers will give you access to our Discord, right?
Yep.
Like our we have a special Discord channel for the Patreon members, and you can just hop on there and talk with Brendan and I anytime we're on. We're pretty cool people.
And you get the Patreon live monthly that we shop talk that doesn't necessarily usually make it out to the public.
That's what I just said.
I thought you were talking about just regular updates that we throw out there first. So yeah,
I said live stream.
Okay.
Hold on, now I have to start it over. Okay, so our patrons: Edward Haas, Brian Acosta, Babe Hyde, Matthew Cathy, and let's get that other one over there, Martin Reese. Thank you guys for your help and your support. Goes a long way.
And the Manta tier, which Martin's part of, is going to get one of the perks is some specialized merch if they want it, and that merch is going to have some of our new images that are being worked on by our graphic artist guy.
Yeah, we're excited to work with them. So
yeah.
All right, guys. So thanks for tuning in, and we will see you. We probably won't do one next week, right? Or will we?
We'll let you know. I don't think so, but we'll let you know.
Either way.
I don't have one. I don't think we'll have anything ready for next week.
Yeah. So we'll aim for the week after.
Yeah.
Or something. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next time.